Yo, today is just a quick video, but I want to go through the 5 or 6 random bits of kit from my camera bag that I've got on the desk behind me. They're not bits of kit specifically designed for filmmakers or photographers. They're just things that I've added to have in my camera bag or in the car or just close by when I'm on a client shoot or filming any kind of video or doing photos or whatever it may be. They're things I just found really help like save time, make your life easy, or can come in as a little saviour when you most need it. So I just thought I'd go through, share what it is and why I have it with you. And that way, if you want to add it to your kit, then you can see how it could benefit you as well. So let's get straight into it. Leatherman. It doesn't have to be a Leatherman, just any kind of multi-tool. This is one that I got many years ago for my 18th birthday and it is still going strong to this day. I've always got the little flathead blade up, just that's how I keep it in the bag because that fits perfectly in the little screw mount on things like the DJI Ronin S gimbal, just so there's no fannying around for coins in your pocket or trying to use your fingernail or anything else that's short flat that you've got around you. You've got that either in your pocket or on the side ready to go, and you can just go in straight, take the screw out, put another one in or whatever you need to do. And also having the array of tools and stuff can always come in handy, especially things like scissors for cutting bits of thread and tape, and the knife for opening things, and whatever it may be. There will always be a time where this comes in handy, and it's normally when you least expect it. I really need a sharp knife, or I really need a pair of scissors or a screwdriver or a pair of pliers. It's all there in your bag, ready to go. Fold it up, nice and small. You can even have that clipped onto your belt or into your pockets, always ready at your fingertips, and you never know when that could actually come in really, really handy. So yeah. Now, I'm sure a lot of you probably have this in your camera bags already. It's just a form of tape. I've just got bright green insulation tape, and the reason why I've gone with the bright green is because one thing it's really handy for, other than sticking things where they need to be stuck and repairing broken tripods and all the other stuff that tape can come in really handy for on a proper shoot. But I've also used it quite a lot for when you've got a subject or a talent who's not overly comfortable on camera and stuff like that. It's very handy just putting a big green cross on the floor just as a marker for them to know where to stand, so they're in shot, they're in the right composition and things like that. They don't have to think about the technical reasons why, they just know they've got to stand on that green cross. It's also really handy for marking positions for lights and tripods and stuff like that as well, which is what I mainly use it for outside of sticking things, which, as we know, that's what tape's for. So yeah, just any kind of tape, doesn't have to be bright coloured. I just find that's just easy for people to see so they know where they got to stand. And if it's in your bag, it's ready to go. And yeah, a must have. Don't get anywhere without this. So yeah, these at first glance, obviously they're a pair of walkie-talkies, and you may be thinking, why do you keep those in your camera bag? Well, I don't always have them in my bag, but they're always to hand, whether in the car or ready to go out on a shoot. And the reason being is they are probably one of the most useful tools outside of your camera and camera kit on especially a video shoot or photo shoot that involves something like a car, for example. I do a lot of car shoots, and these are invaluable on a car shoot. For example, when I got these rolling shots on a recent client job here, I had one walkie-talkie, the driver of the subject car had another one, so I could direct them with pull closer, further away, you know, all of that, give them all the direction rather than hanging out the back window of the car going faster, faster. And if you've been there, you know exactly what I mean. All it takes is just a little chat down the walkie-talkie, and they know exactly what they've got to do, where they've got to do it, and it just makes your life so much quicker and easier. And I can guarantee you'll get quicker, better shots if you've got an effective way of communicating with whoever you need to communicate. Another one is like drone shots, for example. If you've got a subject, obviously you're going to be away out of shot, possibly even out of ear range, then you can just talk to them down the down the walkie-talkie. Brilliant, brilliant bits of kit, and the only rule with these is you've all got to have a funny code name that you come up with on the spot. More offensive the better normally, but yeah. Just wait and see what your client's like before you start calling them Nighthawk or something like that. They're not expensive either, 20 quid for the pair. I'm going to get another 2, so I've got 4, just so you can split them amongst, you know, when I'm working on bigger things, bigger crews and stuff. You've all got one to hand, so you can all communicate with each other without having to shout or do hand signals and stuff like that. So definitely worth investing in these, especially if you work with other people who are in control of what you're shooting, if that makes sense. So yeah, definitely worth the money. Number, what have we got now? 1, 2, 3, number 4. It's a first aid kit, by the way. I know I've got a better one in the car, but I broke the case for this one. And it's been well used, like really well used, but that's the story for another day. Yeah, a first aid kit, you may be thinking, oh look at him, he's got a first aid kit, where's his high-vis jacket and his goggles, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, while there is an element of that, no one needs to know you've got it. I just tuck mine away in the laptop sleeve of my bag, so no one knows it's there, but there has been a few times where this has come in really handy. Whether it is that just someone's got a blister and you can supply them with a plaster, then you will be the hero who's not wearing a cape for the rest of the day, I can guarantee you that. Or whether it is, as I've experienced, slightly more severe injury, especially things like drones and stuff on set, where you've got propellers cutting fingers and faces and things like that. It is genuinely something that could be life-saving, and obviously I hope it never has to be. If I ever found myself in this scenario on a shoot where we needed something like that, then at my fingertips, straight out of my bag. It's not waiting for someone to go and get one, not waiting for someone to go and find one. It's there and you can start doing what you need to do straight away. So as much as it isn't cool to have one or to buy one, I do think it's a must for every photographer, filmmaker, especially when you're working for someone as a client, to have a decent first aid kit to hand. Should the worst happen, then at least you can deal with the situation as soon as you can. So yeah, bear in mind, worth thinking about that one. Typically I reserve this particular one for like car shoots. I work with cars a lot, and it's basically a microfiber cloth and some cleaning spray, because especially when you're doing details, even if the car's being cleaned, as soon as the car has been driven somewhere, you're bound to need just a little wipe over, get, you know, dust and stuff like that off, even like interior and things like that. It's nothing worse than getting into editing and going, yeah, it looks great, but there's just like this really dusty bit on the dashboard, or this really mucky badge, or the wheel's not very clean, or something like that, and that can just take a finished video product from here down to here straight away, just because the car isn't clean or the subject isn't clean. And the same thing applies to just cleaning windows or tables or products or whatever it is that you're photoing or videoing. Just having a way to quickly clean and touch up what you're doing is far quicker, easier, and looks so much better to do it there and then than it is to try and Photoshop dust out and things like that. It's just time saving. It just makes your life so much easier. So even if you just get a cheap tin of polish and some cloths off Amazon, just so you can, if needed, just give something a quick clean, because you can't always rely on someone else doing a good enough job for the detail that you're going to capture. So yeah, some nice cleaning spray and a cloth. Boom. Nothing exciting, and you've probably already got one, but whether you keep it or not in your camera bag, I don't know. But it's just a portable USB power bank, and I just keep, you know, a USB-C cable and an iPhone cable in my bag. Everything now relies on your phone, things like the drone and things like that. You know, you use your phone as the monitor, and it zaps the battery, especially on my old iPhone 7. The battery only lasts about 30 seconds anyway, so being able to top that up when I'm out and about is ideal. Same with GoPros, especially if you've only got a couple of batteries or even one battery, then you can top that up, or anything that charges via USB, you can keep on top of the power without having to carry thousands of different batteries around. You can top them all up from the same power bank. Right, I don't know how long that has taken, but I think there is some very useful bits of kit there. You may disagree. Let me know down in the comments if there is anything that you don't currently have that I've mentioned that you think you probably will get, and the reasons why and all that kind of stuff, because it'd be really interesting to know if my views on these bits of kit are the same as everyone else's, and I just think I can't go anywhere without stuff like this. Some of it, you know, worst case, like the first aid kit, hopefully I'll never need it, but things like the walkie-talkies and the tape and the Leatherman and stuff like that are stuff I use 90% of the time over my camera bag on a proper shoot. So it's all stuff worth having. None of it's expensive, and some of the stuff can genuinely be the difference between a make or break in a shoot. So yeah, worth looking at. If you have stuck around this long, thank you so much for watching. It really is appreciated. And if you did like this video, then why not hit that like button down below. And whilst you're down there, hit subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. And until then, I'll see you in the next one.